Right now at 6, the city of Pittsburgh celebrates a century of events at the Memorial Auditorium.
And we have clear skies across the area, cold temperatures this morning, pretty chilly heading into the afternoon. A look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, the city of Carthage breaks ground on a performing arts center.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is Wednesday, November the 26th. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week, but again, for many of you, you're done. You were done yesterday. And maybe even some of you have been done since last week. Yeah,
you know, I heard some schools were getting out on like Friday, and I was like, that was not how it was back in my day.
Oh, not my day either. My day's a lot further ago, a lot longer ago than your day, but I mean, it was still consistent from my era to your era.
Yeah.
But if you are out of work, out of school, get ready for the cold. It is chilly out there. If you're going to work this morning, get ready for the cold. It is chilly out there. That's it's the same story no matter what you're doing today. Let's start with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh. Again, looks good. It doesn't feel so good unless, again, the cold is your thing. If you're like a polar bear or something like that and you just like the cold weather, this is the perfect morning for you because it is cold. Otherwise, we have clear skies to start the day this morning. Our camera 7th in range line in Joplin looks good, and so does the Bodot camera 32nd in range line. And the other nice thing is the roads, for the first time in a couple of days, are dry. No rain overnight, just those clear skies, and we've got those dry roadways. We also haven't had any fog this morning. I've been keeping an eye on the fog tracker off to the side here. Everybody's reporting right on 10 miles visibility, so they're right where we should be. Our temperatures, though, now we're dipping a little colder. We got Neodesha, Parsons, both at 29. Now our average low is right around the low mid 30s. Most of us are close to that. Neodesha, Parsons, you're a little colder than that. Low mid 30s for most of us. We got some warmer spots right now. Anderson actually looks to be the warm spot, sitting at 37. As we go through the morning, clear skies, then clouds will begin to increase as we head through the afternoon and into the late evening hours. Future Track thinks a sprinkle or two is possible. Honestly, I think the rain chances are about 0, so we're not really worried about anything there. It's just going to be cloudy and chilly today. We'll go mid 30s by 9, mid 40s by noon, and we can just kind of settle into the mid 40s for our highs today. Low 40s by 6, and northwest winds occasionally gusting to 20. We're going to take a look at your Thanksgiving and Black Friday forecast, talk about the upcoming weekend and the possibility of some wintry stuff on Monday here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Pittsburgh celebrates a century of applause, laughter, and standing ovations within the walls of the Memorial Auditorium. The historic venue held a rededication ceremony yesterday, marking 100 years of performances. The auditorium opened in 1925 as the Mirza Shriners Temple and quickly became known for its beauty and large capacity. Since then, the venue has hosted student showcases, big-name acts like Merle Haggard and Ray Charles, and even circus performances with elephants. The city of Pittsburgh purchased the building in 1945 and dedicated it to World War I and World War II servicemen and nurses. The community saved the auditorium from demolition in the 1980s, leading to major renovations. Carthage broke ground yesterday on a new performing arts center at the high school. The voter-approved project will house choir, theater, and band programs in a modern facility. The building will also serve as a FEMA tornado shelter for the campus.
It's a huge need for making our programs what they need to be. It gives us an opportunity to expand and add a few programs, plus gives kids an opportunity to be in these programs that weren't able to be in it before, the time crunch of moving across campus.
The new space could also make room for a possible junior ROTC program at Carthage High School. And it's not too soon to start planning out a trip to some upcoming Christmas parades. KOAM has a list of area Christmas parades from all over the area, from all over the 4 states. The first one on our list kicks off this Thanksgiving. Just scan this QR code and head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, to see the full list. Happy holidays. And families across the 4 states can find free Thanksgiving meals this week. Several local organizations are serving warm dinners to anyone who needs one. Organizers say each year brings different challenges, so they recommend checking websites and social media pages for the latest schedules and registration information. Many of the meals require advanced sign-up, so don't wait. And two Turkey Trot Day traditions return to the four states. Joplin and Pittsburgh will once again lace up their running shoes for the annual Turkey Trot. Both events take place Thanksgiving morning, and both events will impact traffic. The Joplin Turkey Trot starts and finishes in front of the Schroeder Family Explorium on 300 South Main Street. The start and finish line in Pittsburgh will be 311 North Broadway. Both races start early in the morning, so drivers should be advised. Families across the four states are struggling to put food on the table this holiday season. Yesterday at Ron's Supermarket in Pittsburgh, community members stepped up to help. Shoppers dropped off non-perishable donations as part of KOAM's Feed the Four States campaign. Donations go to the Wesley House in Pittsburgh.
The faces of hungry people are not the faces of strangers. They're the faces of people that you run into at the store. They're the faces of people like kids you see crossing the street or seniors. There's a lot of local people that really struggle with food insecurity. It's right here.
It's not too late to support Feed the Four States. You can still donate online at KOAMnewsnow.com or drop off non-perishable donations at food pantry in your community. Webb City firefighters have a new tool to help them train. The city debuted a new training facility, and as KOAM's Ty Parks reports, firefighters have a reason to stake a personal claim in the structure.
Training is extremely important for firefighters, and for Webb City firefighters, that means a new training structure.
It just started with me going to our council and city administrator. They were all on board, started getting me the funds we needed, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
This training structure is constructed out of shipping containers and made by the firefighters themselves.
So we used to trade, we utilized Joplin with their training facility and their training cabin, which was great, and it worked out for several years for us, but unfortunately we got into a position where we needed to train a lot of people at once. So that's kind of where we started this, to get something in-house.
Firefighters will train in rappelling, entanglement, and search and rescue. The tower is named after Lieutenant Chance Wills, who passed away in 2015.
He was very involved in training. He was very passionate about it. And honestly, this was kind of his vision 12 years ago when him and I had a discussion about it. We just weren't able to do it at the time. But as time went on, funds become available, we decided to go ahead and move forward. And then that's when I decided, with the help of his wife and children, to go ahead and dedicate it to him.
It makes my heart happy.
Yeah, me too. I'm thankful that we all came together.
That everybody's still here as a brotherhood for him. Because this is the most important thing to him his whole life. This is what he lived for.
In Webb City, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Training structures can cost up to $400. Because Webb City used shipping containers, it only cost about $4,500. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The FBI launches a probe into 6 Democratic lawmakers who urged service members not to follow unlawful orders. Plus, the end of an era begins tonight. Stranger Things Season 5 drops its first 4 episodes on Netflix after a 3-year wait. And getting colder in the 4 states ahead of Thanksgiving, Chris has a look at your weekly forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch, the FBI has launched an inquiry into 6 Democratic lawmakers who took part in a video for U.S. service members, urging them not to follow unlawful orders. As Erica Brown reports, President Trump has accused lawmakers of, quote, seditious behavior punishable by death.
CBS News has learned the FBI has launched a probe into 6 Democratic lawmakers who urged U.S. service members not to follow unlawful orders. The inquiry comes after the members of Congress, who are all veterans of the military or intelligence community, addressed the military in this recorded video.
You must refuse illegal orders.
Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin is one of the lawmakers behind the message.
We had a ton of folks in uniform and a lot of veterans come to us and raise real concerns about things that they were asked to do or things that they were concerned they might be asked to do, particularly with the deployments of the National Guard and uniformed military into our city streets, places like Chicago, and the strikes in the Caribbean.
The Pentagon launched a separate probe Monday into Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, a retired Navy captain, accusing him of misconduct and threatening to recall him to active duty to face a court-martial.
I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to be intimidated.
Now, President Trump last week accused the lawmakers of seditious behavior punishable by death. And those lawmakers say since then they've received death threats.
What the president said is very serious. I didn't think he would step over that line, calling for the execution of members of Congress. And because of what he says, there is now an increased threats against us. I'm not going to get into, details on my personal security, but as the husband of Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, I understand what political violence is.
The White House maintains the lawmakers who recorded the video should be held accountable. Erica Brown at CBS News, the White House.
Perhaps the most recent and notable legal pursuit of seditious conspiracy occurred in 2022 in connection to the January 6th riot. Leaders of the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys and other members were charged with seditious conspiracy in connection. President Trump issued blanket pardons and commutations for individuals charged or convicted of offenses related to the riot. Well, still to come, caregivers get free help they may not know about. Plus, getting colder ahead of Thanksgiving. Chris has a look at your Wednesday forecast. The Hawkins gang returns for a final season of Stranger Things as Wicked puts a lucrative spell on the box office. Gwen Baumgarten has your Eye on Entertainment report.
Yeah, better work. It's not like we're conspicuous or anything.
Season 5 of Stranger Things is almost here. Fans waited more than 3 years for new episodes of the beloved Netflix show, and many aren't ready to say a final goodbye to the series.
I'm hoping that it's not final, but I feel like there might be like a little cliffhanger.
The first drop of 4 episodes will be released on the streaming platform tonight, and the hype extends well past our screens. From watches to Crocs, even waffles, franchise merchandise has been strange and plentiful. Part 2 of Stranger Things Season 5 will be released on Christmas, and the final episode comes out New Year's Eve.
This is the work of the Wicked Witch.
Theaters are anticipating some strong holiday showings. Last week's release of Wicked for Good brought in $150 million to the North American box office, following a 9-week slump. It's the third highest domestic opening for a musical, following 2019's The Lion King and 2017's remake of Beauty and the Beast.
Partnership is the cornerstone of success.
Zootopia 2 is also predicted to become a box office hit. It premieres in theaters today. And next week, Prop Store is offering a chance to own a piece of movie magic. From Indiana Jones' iconic fedora to the stunt acts from The Shining, even wands from Harry Potter. These unforgettable pieces of cinema are headed to auction in London. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
It's hard to believe it's been 3 years waiting for this newest season of Stranger Things. Well, now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got clear skies out there this morning. Should lead to a pretty nice sunrise. Our temperatures, though, definitely cold. We'll talk about that. Thanksgiving, Black Friday, the weekend, and the Monday, maybe wintry weather when the KOAM Morning News returns. Time now, 6:18. Be right back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:20 now on this Wednesday morning. I know some folks are already out of school. Maybe you're done with work for the week. Maybe you're not, but whatever you're doing today, it's a cold start for sure, and it is going to remain that way as we head through the day and into tomorrow as well. Now, we have got clear skies to start. Clouds begin increasing around the lunch hour. Eventually, we'll go mostly cloudy rolling into the evening. Future Track thinks maybe a sprinkle or two, but honestly, again, our rain chance is extraordinarily low. We should be dry and mostly cloudy overnight. Mostly cloudy to start Thanksgiving, and then skies will begin to clear as we head into the afternoon and evening, eventually just going with clear skies. And then as we start our Friday, it'll be a few clouds here and there. We'll start going partly cloudy. Clouds will begin increasing as we head through the morning into the afternoon on Friday. Should be dry for most of your shopping. We're not looking at shower chances increasing until late Friday night, say after about 9, 10 o'clock across the area. But it will be cloudy. It will be, again, a bit on the cool side. At sunrise, looking pretty good so far. Nice colors. It's still early out there. We'll go low 30s to start, so we're seasonably cold. Just makes it feel a lot colder because it's been so mild here lately. We'll go low 40s by 11, clear skies, and again by noon, clouds gradually begin to increase across the area, eventually going into the mid 40s, and those northwest winds could occasionally gust upwards of 20. Now the clouds, as they thicken up, do act as that blanket. They don't stop the cooling, but they slow it down but we will eventually drop back again near normal into the low 30s tonight, mostly cloudy and calm winds. Our Thanksgiving, again, partly cloudy by 9 and into the noon hour. 38 or say upper 30s by 9, upper 40s by noon, low 40s by 6, clear skies and upper 40s where our highs are headed. If you are traveling again anywhere, if you're heading out today, no matter where you're going, we got some rain showers up in the Pacific Northwest. We got low 50s over there, much milder down to the south, Los Angeles, Phoenix into the upper 70s. Thunderstorms down toward Brownsville, and even some snow on the opposite end here near International Falls, staying cold up north into the mid-20s for highs. I got some rain around Montreal. We got cloudy skies New York. If you're heading down into Florida, maybe some scattered storms Jacksonville, but look at that, low 80s Miami and in Jacksonville. If you're traveling locally, cooler up north, upper 30s Omaha, breezy, low 40s in St. Louis, mid-50s though, a little warmer again down south. Into Little Rock, we'll go low 50s, Tulsa and Oklahoma City, and upper 40s, much like us, for Wichita and heading into northwest Arkansas. Travel delays, where the impacts are going to be the most significant into that major category around the Grand Lakes area, the Great Lakes, goodness gracious, heading around Madison, and that will continue to be an issue there for parts of the Great Lakes as we head into Thanksgiving as well, and we'll have some building travel delays and issues if you're traveling way up north into Montana and parts of the Dakotas as well. As for Black Friday, heading out the door, it is going to be again on the cold side. 5 a.m., we're talking 30 degrees out there, so bundle up if you're going to be joining those lines. We'll go upper 40s by noon, so still chilly, and back down into the low 40s by about 4 o'clock with those cloudy skies ahead of the rain chances. Then on Monday, we get this on the future track. It's hinting at some snow. Now, right now, it's really looking more based on temperatures as potentially a rain-snow mix. The overall chances are quite low of seeing precipitation of any kind, but that chance is there, so it's something we'll keep an eye on because at most right now it looks like maybe some slick spots as we head back to work and school on Monday. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Again, about 50 for Black Friday, upper 40s. Rain continues into Saturday. We'll see what happens Monday, but we're still much colder. Upper 30s Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll warm up toward the end of next week. That is a check of your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. It's National Family Caregivers Month, acknowledging the 63 million Americans who serve as caregivers to a loved one. According to AARP, about a third of them are part of the so-called sandwich generation, raising children at the same time. One resource many caregivers may not be aware of is the GUIDE program. It's administered through the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, and it helps caregivers by providing coordinated care for Alzheimer's and dementia patients. The best part, it's free of charge. Pregnant women with thyroid hormone imbalances may be at increased risk of having children with autism. A study in Israel found a link between autism and women who have had ongoing thyroid hormone imbalances over multiple trimesters. However, there was no increased risk of autism among women whose thyroid dysfunction was adequately treated. An ultrasound in the first trimester can lead to earlier detection of fetal anomalies. Research from the University of Oxford found while second trimesters ultrasounds are often used to detect serious problems in the fetus, it's now possible to screen for these anomalies even earlier. The study found first trimester ultrasounds can detect 40% of anomalies, including skull, heart, and limb abnormalities. Drinking coffee daily can slow the biological aging of people with severe mental illness. A study in Norway found drinking as many as 3 to 4 cups of coffee daily had a beneficial effect for people with psychosis, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. While the cause of the anti-aging effect isn't clear, these study authors say it could be the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds found in coffee. A new KFF health tracking poll shows 1 in 8 adults are currently using a GLP-1 drug for weight loss, diabetes, or other conditions. Some patients may be thinking about skipping their weekly doses during the holidays to savor the meal. Jared Hill has more on why doctors say it's not a good idea.
While more Americans are using GLP-1 medications for weight loss, some may be considering a holiday pause. A report from Sunlight.com, which sells compounded versions of the drugs, shows 40% of users plan to alter their routine on Thanksgiving.
They want to enjoy a meal with the family, so they don't want to limit themselves. Skipping a dose of the GLP-1 medication if you're on it for a period of time is not very advisable.
Dr. Haney Tekla is with Orlando Health.
If you're taking it for diabetes, you might see a little bit of elevation of your blood sugars. If you're taking it for weight loss, the things that you could experience is that the hunger sensation might return. So you will probably eat a little bit more than what you're used to, or maybe even more than your capacity. So you might experience some nausea or fullness sensation.
Skipping a dose can also lead to regaining weight, even if you stop the medication for a short period of time. If you're considering making any changes to your medication, Dr. Tekla recommends talking to your doctor first. He also encourages patients to have a plan for the holiday meal.
Try to eat your protein first, try to increase the fiber in your diet. Take your time to enjoy the meals with the family. That will give your body time to kind of have that mental satisfaction from that process, in addition to will actually give your body a break or time to metabolize the food well.
And that's something he advises for his patients on these medications all year long. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Doctors also recommend GLP-1 users to remember to stay hydrated and limit alcohol. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, President Trump says he's getting very close to a Ukraine peace deal as deadly strikes continue overnight.
And take a look at that sunrise, looking great this morning, but it is cold out there. Chilly conditions today and tomorrow. We'll look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, Missouri DMVs go high-tech with a new fusion computer system.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:31. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It's Wednesday, November 26th, halfway through this week. And again, for many of you, probably already done with this week, or maybe we're done with it even last week. I got Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hopefully everybody's ready. Do you feel ready? Do you feel ready to go? I mean, I know you got some stuff to do, but do you feel ready?
It's still a little hard to believe, like, oh my gosh, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And then after that, it's setting up for Christmas, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Everything all at once.
But I'm trying to embrace Thanksgiving since it is here, and I'll just go home, and I'm sure as soon as I start peeling the 10 pounds of potatoes I have to start peeling, it's going to very much feel like Thanksgiving.
Undoubtedly. Yeah, it's definitely going to feel like it. The temperatures are certainly feeling a little more holiday-like out there as well. And if you're heading out today, maybe you do have work today, like we here at KOAM do, or if you're heading out to get some of those last-minute meal ideas or items for Thanksgiving, bundle up because it's cold, unless you're a polar bear and you enjoy the cold, because it is cold. Let's start with our live look from downtown Pittsburgh. We got clear skies this morning, leading to a beautiful sunrise out there. Great start day. Haven't been able to show the sunrise in a while because we've had cloudy skies the last several mornings, but that looks nice, as does our camera here at 7th and Rangeline, looking back to the east. And the MoDOT camera, 32nd and Rangeline. Of course, we don't control these. MoDOT does, but still looks good. And the nice thing, the roads are dry. They haven't been dry the last couple of mornings. This morning, we are starting dry. And as I mentioned, cold. Look at some of these temperatures. Now, our average low is low to mid 30s, so most of us are actually pretty close to that. But we do have places like Neodesha and Parsons, both at 29 this morning. So definitely cold out there. The warm spot looks to be Grove and Jay, both sitting at 36. So most of us, again, pretty close to normal. It's just, it feels a lot colder because it hasn't been near normal, at least overnight, for quite some time now. Clear skies through the morning. Clouds will begin to gradually increase by noon and heading into the afternoon and evening hours. Future Track thinks a sprinkle or two is possible, but in all reality, I think our rain chances are extremely low. We're just looking at clouds increasing. We'll go mid 30s by 9, mid 40s by noon, and we kind of level out right about the mid 40s for our highs. Clouds again will start increasing later today, and we could have those northwest winds occasionally gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour. Of course, it's going to be cold again tonight. It's going to be chilly for Thanksgiving. We'll have a look at that, your Black Friday forecast, the weekend, and about the possibility of some wintry stuff on Monday here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Fusion Computer Systems are now online at Missouri DMVs. Fusion is an acronym for 50 unique systems in one nexus. It's an updated system that loops 50 systems into one, allowing for easier streamlined use and adding new features. One of those new features eliminates temporary license plates, and now you can pay your vehicle tax at the dealership as part of your financing. Dealerships will not need new computer systems. Rather, they'll be given a portal logon to access the features with their existing systems. The Department of Revenue Director says this is a step in the right direction. The oldest living survivor of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre has died. Viola Ford Fletcher died Monday at 111 years old. Fletcher was just a girl when a white mob destroyed Tulsa's Greenwood district, once known as Black Wall Street, torching roughly 35 city blocks. Thousands of black residents were arrested while others were beaten and killed. Insurance companies denied many claims for what would be worth tens of millions of dollars in property damage today. Fletcher spent her life fighting for reparations, saying she, quote, never got over the fear she carried from that day. Last year, the Oklahoma Supreme Court dismissed a lawsuit, arguing the city should compensate the remaining survivors for damages. A U.S. official tells CBS News that Ukraine's government has agreed to a peace deal, though the White House is saying there are still a few delicate issues that need to be hammered out between Ukraine and Russia. CBS's Erica Brown is in Washington with the latest effort at ending the nearly 4-year war.
Ukraine and Russia traded deadly strikes overnight, killing at least 7 people in Ukraine's capital city and 3 in southern Russia.
In the last month, 25,000 soldiers have died.
It comes as U.S. officials negotiate the terms of a peace deal between the warring countries. President Trump was optimistic about the talks during the White House's annual turkey pardoning ceremony.
I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky hopes to meet with President Trump soon to work out what he called sensitive points.
We firmly believe security decisions about Ukraine must include Ukraine, because when something is decided behind the back of the country or its people, there is always a high risk that it simply will not work.
Ukraine's national security advisor said Tuesday that a common understanding has been reached on key terms of the U.S. brokered agreement, while Russia's foreign minister declined to directly comment on the plan.
But I think the big resistance that'll probably come out of the Kremlin will have to do with some of what they always describe as the underlying conditions, which is security guarantees for Ukraine, but some way precluding them from joining the NATO alliance.
In a social media post, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said there are a few delicate but not insurmountable details that must be sorted out and will require further talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the United States. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Coming up, the longest lunch line in Manhattan leads to the Halal Guy's cart. Plus, registered nurses fight to keep their professional title. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. In Consumer Watch, the September retail sales report, delayed due to the government shutdown, showed a 0.2% increase in September over August, according to the Commerce Department. That's slightly below expectations. The new data comes as the latest consumer confidence reading from the Conference Board dropped to 88.7% in November, the lowest reading since April. The survey found that Americans are increasingly concerned over rising costs, the job market, tariffs, and politics due to the recent government shutdown. Once exclusively enjoyed by Muslims, halal food is growing in popularity across the country. Michael George shows us why halal restaurants are having a moment.
Every day at noon on 6th Avenue in Manhattan, the longest line for lunch leads to the Halal Guy's cart.
I love this type of food. It's definitely worth the wait.
Halal food means meat prepared according to Islamic dietary guidelines. But lately, halal is seeing a boom of popularity among non-Muslims. Brian Katz says he's here at least once a week.
You don't have to be a certain religion to enjoy good food.
Zabia, a website and app that helps diners find halal spots, lists more than 12,000 halal restaurants in the U.S.
It's become very easy for restaurant owners to source halal meat and to open up to whole new markets.
At Turquoise, a Turkish restaurant in New York, the entire menu is halal. Owner Dennis Kochak says part of the appeal is halal preparation emphasizes ethical treatment of animals.
It means that the animals that are slaughtered are not neglected. When they are raised, they are well taken care of, well fed.
And she says you can actually taste the difference.
And since the animal was calmed down in the last minutes of its life, it also has lower cortisol and adrenaline, which translates to the meat being tasting better and also being more softer, more juicier.
Kochak encourages everyone to give it a try.
It's a feast for your palate, it's a feast for your eyes and also for your nose. You use most of your senses.
She believes good flavor transcends religion. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
In the U.S., food labeled as halal has to pass a certification process to make sure it was made according to proper guidelines. Infant formula maker ByHeart has updated its refund policy after revealing that all of its formula may have been contaminated with the bacteria that causes botulism. The company says it reached the conclusion after tests showed that 5 out of 36 samples from 3 product lots tested positive for the bacteria. The recalled formula has been linked to more than 30 cases of infant botulism in 15 states. ByHeart is urging customers to contact the company for a full refund for all formula purchased on or after August 1st of this year. And AMC Theaters is offering its rewards members a new popcorn pass for $29.99 a year. Moviegoers can get half off the price of one large popcorn per day at U.S. locations. The AMC popcorn pass is available starting December 1st, Cyber Monday. The Trump administration recently moved to reclassify certain fields as requiring professional degrees. One field omitted, nursing. Gianni Navarro spoke to some Missouri nurses about how this reclassification could impact things like student loan approval.
I might be taking care of a medical surgical patient who is mildly sick. I might be taking care of a neonatal ICU patient who's a little bit sicker.
Elise Hector has been a registered nurse for almost 13 years. It's a rewarding profession she worked hard for, but now officials want to strip away her professional title.
To be told that you're a healthcare hero, and then to be told, oh, wait a minute, the thing that you've been taught that you are, you're not anymore. You're going to still do the same thing every day, but you're not a professional. You're less than.
Elise says officials no longer classifying nursing degrees as professional will make it harder to become a nurse.
I have 2 advanced degrees, and I had to use federal funds for both of them. So capping out the federal funds would have meant that I would not have been able to get the degrees that I got.
Elise says nurses save lives every day. Losing the title diminishes that.
And that's something that we have the advanced skill and knowledge and background to be able to do, which is why we're a profession, because we have the specialized knowledge and skills to be able to make those choices.
The Dean of Nursing of Rockhurst University agrees.
I don't think that any true provider would ever say that one is more essential than another. They're all critical to all of us maintaining a healthy status and getting the quality care that we deserve.
Henry calls nurses essential. People lean on them in times of need. Without them, communities face gaps in care.
The nurses are the ones that have stepped forward and and provided that care when needed.
While the decision disappoints her, she doesn't think it will deter future nurses.
No one, I don't think, goes into it lightly because it is very difficult, but it's also very rewarding. I'm hoping that will balance out some of these more negative aspects.
The new rules under the Department of Education will begin on July 1st. That's it for Consumer Watch, and here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got a really nice sunrise out there. Clear skies to start the day, but it is a bit on the cold side, at least compared to where we have been. We're talking about the colder weather that's going to hang around across the area. We got to look at Thanksgiving, Black Friday, the weekend, and next Monday. We'll go over all of it with you when we come back, as well as birthdays and anniversaries. Time now, 6:45. All right, time now for some Wednesday birthdays. And we're going to start in Mulberry with Becky Davis celebrating another year wiser. Happy birthday.
And in Joplin, Linda Dishman is celebrating a birthday today. She's also the wife of our Fox manager, Darren, who is just lovely, and I love his wife as well. It's also a very special day because it's her first official day of retirement. So congratulations, enjoy it. You've earned it, is what the note says. Lucky.
Absolutely, yes. And as you mentioned, Darren and Linda, amazing people. Very happy birthday to Linda. Love spending time with you folks when we have some station events together. We also very quickly want to make note that with the holiday, any birthdays or anniversaries that are submitted on or after Thanksgiving or Friday or Monday won't be aired until Tuesday, and it's simply, staffing. It's the holidays, people are taking off. So we just do want to mention that. We're not stopping the birthdays and anniversaries. There'll just be a bit of a delay, but that means that by Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to have a birthday list 6 miles long. And speaking of birthday lists, our short list today does continue with Jeff York in Lawton celebrating birthday number 64. Happy birthday, Jeff.
And in Joplin, Tony Baker McKinney is celebrating birthday number 78. It says happy birthday from CAC RH class of 65. Happy birthday, Tony.
And in Badger, Kansas, Mary Griffith celebrating another year wiser. So a very happy birthday to everyone on our list. Now, of course, we mentioned some of the information you see there on those deadlines, not 100% accurate for today, just because we have the holidays coming up, but any other day of the week it's valid. And Sam, what's the email address that people need to send it to? I can't quite make that out there.
Yes, it is birthdays@KOAMnews.now.com. You at home can see it on your screen right now. Just be sure to send any of those birthdays and anniversaries to that email, as well as, tell us what date we're celebrating and any photos you may want to include as well.
Yes, indeed. And of course, thankfully, I'm just kidding. I've been pretty lucky. My dad was very surprised. We used to identify license plates on road trips to places, and I saw one that was, it was way down the road, but I knew what it was, and he's like, there's no way you could see that, and I did. I've been blessed so far with pretty good vision, and my hope is at least for now, it will continue. So I could see that. And if I can't, then I do need to see the eye doctor. If you couldn't see it at home either, you should probably get your vision checked as well. As you need to see this. Now, right now, it's a little difficult to see because by noon, we just have a few clouds starting to build in. But as we head through the afternoon and evening hours, clouds will continue to increase. As I've mentioned, Future Track is suggesting a sprinkle or two. Really, I think any rain chances are about nil. But there might be a raindrop or two that could fall from the sky. But again, that chance very low. Well, mostly cloudy skies evening into the start of Thanksgiving. Then skies will begin to clear out for us. We'll go partly cloudy as we head into the afternoon and eventually clear skies as we go late evening and overnight on Thursday. Early Friday, clouds begin to pick back up again, so as you're shopping, not too bad. A bit chilly, which we'll talk about in a moment. The clouds will begin increasing through the morning into the afternoon ahead of some rain chances building in by late Friday evening into Saturday. There's that beautiful sunrise. Those colors just look amazing. Clear skies this morning, clear through the morning. Low 30s to start, low 40s by 11 a.m. And to the afternoon we go. We'll have the clouds again start to increase. We'll go mid 40s, northwest winds occasionally gusting to 20. Overnight tonight, the clouds, of course, thicken up through the evening. That slows down the temperature drop, but will not stop it. It will make it back, again, seasonably cold, back in the low 30s with those calm winds. We're going upper 40s for Thanksgiving. Partly cloudy skies by 9, upper 30s, mid to upper 40s by noon, low 40s by 6 with clear skies. And if you're traveling, just a quick look at that map again. We get showers up in the Pacific Northwest, some low 50s over there. A bit warmer. Phoenix, Los Angeles looking pretty nice for those of us who don't like the cold. We're talking upper 70s, not too warm, not too cold, just kind of right. Cold up north, though, mid-20s and even some snow in International Falls. Some thunderstorms down into the Brownsville area. Jacksonville, scattered storms, but Miami, Jacksonville, if you really like the warm weather, we got low 80s out there, a little cooler in the New England states, some upper 50s and upper 60s. And if you're traveling locally, upper 30s in Omaha. We'll go breezy, low 40s St. Louis, Kansas City, clear skies, mid-40s, low 50s Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and mid-50s down toward Little Rock. Travel impacts really from this morning into this evening and tomorrow is going to be primarily around the Great Lakes regions where we get into that moderate to major impact, but otherwise for the bulk of our areas you can see no significant travel impacts from the weather are expected. Black Friday heading out early tomorrow morning. It is gonna be cold. We've got the 30 degrees out, not tomorrow morning, I'm sorry, for Friday morning, but still cold. 30 degrees, 47 by noon, still a bit on the chilly side out there, and then the rain late. Future Track hinting at some snow chances on Monday. Now, these chances are very low. If we get anything, it looks like it's going to be a rain-snow mix, but it is something we do want to keep an eye on. We're not expecting any kind of significant wintry weather with this system for us, but it could lead to some slick spots as we head back to work and school next week. Let's check your forecast. We'll have another look at that, plus your wake-up recap in just a moment. And we switch over to Fox 14. Webb City firefighters, a new tool to help them train. The city debuted a new training facility, and the firefighters have a reason to stake a personal claim in the facility. That story more at 7 a.m.
This is your Wake Up Recap for November 26th. Your top stories to start your day. The historic Memorial Auditorium in Pittsburgh held a rededication ceremony yesterday, celebrating 100 years of performances. Originally opened in 1925 as the Mirza Shriners Temple, the venue has hosted everything from student showcases to legendary acts like Merle Haggard and Ray Charles. The city purchased it in 1945, dedicating it to World War I and World War II servicemen and nurses. The community saved the building from demolition in the 1980s, leading to major renovations. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
All right, and again for our Wednesday, mid-40s, so below normal out there. Clouds increasing into the afternoon, and we'll have those northwest winds occasionally gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy through the evening and overnight, so it slows down the temperature drop. Doesn't stop it, though. Seasonably cold, but just cold compared to where we've been. Back in the low 30s, winds expected to be calm overnight. We'll have chilly conditions again tomorrow. Clouds will decrease as we head through the afternoon and evening on Thanksgiving. Upper 40s, about 50 for Black Friday, but if you're starting early, about 30 to start the day. Late showers into Saturday. Watching that possibility, it gets a low chance. You can see it's only 20%, but there's that low chance of maybe a rain-snow mix on Monday, so not enough to really panic about, but it could lead to a few slick spots if we get precipitation on Monday, so something we'll keep an eye on for you.
Yeah, definitely something to watch. Thanks, Chris. Coming up today at noon, we're making Grandma's Country mashed potatoes in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
As your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings, it's the busiest travel day of the year. Coming up next, Chris Van Cleve joins the millions hitting the road to get their Thanksgiving destination, and we're going to let you know if you'll have an easy drive or not.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, we'll learn more about the Gingerbread Quest, a Candyland-style holiday event for families coming to Pittsburgh.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Plus, we're going to have details on that new training tower in Webb City, where the firefighters themselves have a reason to stake a personal claim in that structure. That's going to wrap it up for us for now. We will not be here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., but we will join you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
And we will see you today at noon.